First of all, thank you for this question. Insecurity, anxiety versus intuition. So when it comes to anxiety, anxiety is rooted in fear. When we feel anxiety, it's because there is a perceived threat. If there is no perceived danger, you will not feel anxiety. Insecurity. Insecurity is rooted in unworthiness. Insecurity just wants to keep you safe and comfortable, even if that means settling for less. Just because you feel fear doesn't mean that there's actual danger or a threat. So for example, sometimes we jump when we see our own shadow. Does that mean that you're in danger or that you're being threatened? But you jump because you perceived that there was a threat or that there was danger. It's because you felt fear. Remember, fear is false evidence appearing real. Sometimes we can become so good at recognizing the red flags that we fail to recognize the green ones. It's because of the fear of failure. It's the fear of the unknown. Success can actually frighten us at times because of the perceived threat of what we once knew happening again. A lot of our insecurities come from our past lived experiences. These experiences are imprinted into our mind. The reason why we hold on to these experiences is because they offer us a sense of safety and control. A sense of control from the pain, but holding on to the pain only prevents you from moving forward. Because you feel this fear so strongly, you believe that it's your intuition when it's not. When you feel fear, it does something to the body. It causes you to go into fight, flight, or freeze. So this is your evidence. When you feel fear and your body reacts and you go into fight, flight, or freeze, this is fear and this is not intuition. So when it comes to intuition, intuition is a small voice. It's a voice of clarity and peace, not of chaos and confusion. It's a deep knowing and it doesn't create the same feelings in your body as fear. Intuition is rooted in worthiness. It's a quiet confidence. You usually don't feel a rush of emotions, but you feel a calm and a sense of security. You may even hear a small voice say, "This doesn't feel right. I deserve more." Your intuition is always looking out for what's best for you. When your values have been violated or your boundaries have been crossed, your intuition sounds like, "I know my worth and I'm not going to tolerate this. I'm going to keep my dignity and walk away." Intuition happens in the heart and in the mind. It's not disruptive and it's not loud. That's why sometimes we confuse intuition with fear. Because our intuition is a small, still voice, we will often turn down the volume on our intuition and turn up the noise on our fear. And by the time we recognize that we've done this, it's often too late. And we find ourselves in situations looking back saying, "I know that didn't feel right. I knew I should have did X, Y, and Z. I knew I should have left." It's because we didn't listen to ourselves. You just need to trust yourself and know your worth. Build a relationship with yourself and know that anything that you desire, you absolutely can have. Self-doubt is a lack of self-trust. A lack of self-trust comes from compromising our self-worth and our values over and over again and often for the wrong people and things. This creates a distrust within the self and we begin not to trust our own decision making. So if you're in a situation and you're struggling to identify whether this is anxiety, fear, or my intuition, you can ask yourself a question. And that question would be, how would someone in this situation show up if they truly loved themselves, if they knew and felt worthy, if they felt confident? What kind of decision would they make in this same experience? And sometimes we have to take ourselves out of the experience and talk to ourselves in the third person, because when we're in the experience, we can't see all angles of the experience. So talking to yourself in the third person gives you a bird's eye view of the experience, of the situation or relationship. So ask yourself, how would someone who truly loved him or herself, how would they show up? What type of decisions would they make in the same situation? And then do that.